Hi, I'm Chef Mark with Escafe Online. Today I'm here with Michael to discuss our wine segment. Michael, nice to have you here today with us. Our dining room specialist, front of the house specialist, discussing wines and the pre-shift. I have some meat here for us to discuss, Michael, for our pre-shift for our servers. What do you think about the appearance of that as a perspective of a server? What do you think about the color of that? Would that work?
It's nice.
Southwestern seared pork chop, a little spinach with a shot of white vinegar and some shallots. Any wine we could pair with that you'd recommend, or should we try some to make sure to see if we like how they taste?
Well, I think we should always try them to make sure, but
right.
I have a couple in mind here that I think are going to pair nicely with this.
Okay.
Definitely looks like it has a nice crust on it there, Chef. So you just did a pan sear on this?
Maybe we put a little southwestern spice, has a little chipotle pepper, which is a smoked pepper, ground up, and then a little cayenne, and then some salt, and we pan-seared that.
Okay.
We kind of cooked it light in medium, so it's very, very light pink.
Let's give it a try. So I wanted to try this with our Chardonnay first. Pork is very versatile. You could go white or red.
I see.
Preparation is going to be important to influence how you're going to make that decision in any sort of sauces. But as we discussed in our last segment, this Chardonnay, you get a lot of apple notes. You get that pear, classic with your pork chops. You have applesauce.
Goes great with pork chops.
So that's one way I like to look about wine. Think of wine as a sauce that you drink. So if there's flavor profiles in a sauce that will go nicely with the dish, if you look for those same flavor profiles in your wine, a lot of times it'll work very nicely. So I think this works. I think this works well. We have a couple of reds to try with it, also. So we'll see what works best.
You bet, Michael.
So we have a Pinot Noir here as well, California Pinot, Monterey County. All right. Give it a quick sniff.
All right. Little berry, like a little
Absolutely.
bramble bush berry or a blackberry or some sort of.
Absolutely, definitely berry notes. You get the cherry, very typical from California Pinots. A little bit of spice as well, which I think the spice on the pork rub might bring out. They might complement each other, and maybe we'll taste more of the spice with the wine.
Interesting.
And we'll taste some more with the pork. But,
all right.
Cheers. When you have subtle flavors of pork, it's not overpowering like a big juicy ribeye steak would be.
I see.
You pair it with the subtler flavor of a Pinot, which I think neither one of them overpower each other. They both complement each other, and it's a nice marriage.
So Pinots are nicer, you think, with pork as opposed to a cab? You want to try a cab as well and see
Absolutely.
how that goes with it?
We'll try the cab just for
All
a
right.
point of reference.
All right.
I have a feeling it might be a little bit more than what the pork can handle.
I see.
But I've been surprised before, and it's
see.
definitely worth trying. Cheers.
Cheers, Santé. Has that Cabernet nose to it for sure. What do you smell in that, Michael?
Well, I get more
What sugar
dark
smell?
fruit than I
Dark
get
fruit.
with the Pinot.
Right.
Obviously, you see from the color, it's darker in color. Cabernet, the grape, in general, you're going to get more plum. You're going to get those dark blackberry flavors.
Wow, I smell that.
Cassis. Absolutely.
Nice, very nice.
So we went with the Chilean Cabernet with this one, which tend to not be too overpowering, more fruit forward. It's a similar style than you get out of California. Very, very similar climate. Let's see how it works with the pork.
That's a good suggestion. What do you think? Because the customer would know. What do you think the customer would say if they had the cab and that pork?
It works better than I thought it was going to. At the same time, I would definitely be recommending the Pinot Noir with this dish.
Sure.
Again, those more subtle flavors, the little hint of spice, the cherry. I think I can imagine this pork chop with the little cherry spice sauce on top of it.
Nice.
And that's kind of what the Pinot can bring to it. This Cabernet, I think, would be suited to something a little heartier, a red meat.
So I'm thinking that the communication with the guests is paramount. Any last comments like to make for our staff, our service staff, as they recommend and pair wine with foods to our customers?
Well, like I mentioned at the beginning of this segment, everyone has different wine tastes. but most people are open to suggestion as well. The better you could communicate the reasoning behind why you think this Pinot Noir is going to go well with the pork chop, the better it's going to sound to the guest, the more willing they are to try it. And ultimately, hopefully, if you're right, the better they're going to enjoy the whole experience. For me, I think the pork chop tastes better right after I have a sip of the Pinot Noir. I think the Pinot Noir tastes better if I drink it right after I eat a piece of the pork. So they really complement each other nicely.
That's great advice, Michael. Nice to have you here today for Wine Segment. Thanks very much, and we'll see you all next time.
Pleasure being here. Thank you, Mark.